Then there's the new guy.
Exactly. And you could just simplify this forecast and say, gorgeous.
Gorgeous, absolutely. But I'll tell you, though, this gray, this humidity is getting long in the tooth. We're ready for change,
Can't
and
wait
it's
to say
coming.
goodbye. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there's only one system, a cold front, that's standing in the way between us right now and the 4th of July, and we'll get through that one, too. That one's not as big of an impact. But first things first, let's make some progress on the clouds and the rain, too. Numbers 70s and 80s as we check in with our weather watchers. Walter's got 79, Bradley Beach, and let's hear from him because it's down the shore that they've gotten the most rain out of this, and he says it's getting much nicer. How about that? And by the way, he's got some photos to prove it, too, as we check in. How about that? Starting to see some breaks in the clouds, not just there, too, but other parts of the area. Some sun poking on out, too. However, Denise, she's on Fire Island and says not the greatest of beach days. Of course, we've been talking about the elevated risk for rip currents and the gray skies, which we're seeing in the city, too. So come take a look. Still waiting for the clouds to clear, but at the moment, hey, we're in the 70s, mostly cloudy skies. I know we're still hanging on to the stuffier feel, but numbers are cooler this midday than they were this time yesterday. We had a ton of sun. We're starting to cook up the atmosphere. We've got 80s on the board. Notice this, the further north and west you go where those clouds are thinner, you haven't seen as much rain today. You've managed to climb into the 80s. The rest of you closer to the coast where the clouds have been more dominant so far this morning. Temperature's a little cooler. We expected that. But the atmosphere is still pretty stuffy with dew points in the upper 60s and low 70s. So when are we going to do something about this? Well, let me show you. Well, we've got this cold front that is trying to move through. But this thing is dragging its feet. I mean, it is just in no rush. But it's the one thing that's separating us from the brighter skies, the comfortable air. It's on the other side. It's just on hold. High pressure will eventually nudge in, and by late this afternoon, you'll start to see more areas, start to see the clouds clear. At the moment, most of you are dry, but the further south you go, we were watching a few showers that are now exiting the Jersey Shore, where you're hanging on to a little bit of rain earlier. A couple of you out on the South Fork. That's about it. And we'll continue to see that activity push on offshore in the hours ahead. So you look at the picture this afternoon, I mean, compared to the past couple of afternoons, this is progress. Not saying you can't see a stray shower here or there, but this is no big deal. You can do anything outside this afternoon. And then tomorrow morning, you wake up, it's feeling better. It looks better. You get out, hang out in the garden, get the lawn work in. It's not as stuffy. And then the afternoon, we'll have to watch out. So umbrellas in the afternoon for sure, because we'll have another system swinging on through. And it's a scattering of showers and thunderstorms. Could one or two go severe? That's the thinking right now, but it's not a widespread situation. It's gusty winds, the main threat there. And that sets the stage for this. A fantastic 4th of July as high pressure builds in, tons of sunshine. We're looking for high temperatures in the 80s. With lowering humidity. Of course, we talked about the beach forecast today, kind of gray and the elevated risk for rip currents, but the weather will improve in the coming days, so plenty of time to soak up the sun. Make those outdoor plans now. There's a 7-day forecast. We'll go 85 today. Remember, there could be some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, evening. Now it's after 4 o'clock. That could be interruptive to travel tomorrow afternoon, but then outdoor plans are a go coming up for the 4th. It's about as nice as it can be. That's your First Alert forecast, and we'll be back right after this.